What's up, guys? Welcome back to the third match here with Jeskai Saheeli. Looks like we won the die roll for a third time in a row, and yes, we would like to play first. Take a look at our opener here. We have Serum Visions into Remand into Saheeli with Bolt as interaction, so I think that's definitely a keep. Question is, what do I want to start out with? I think we'll just go ahead and get an island here. We don't know what we're up against. And we can always get Sacred Foundry. I'll go ahead and bottom both of those, just because we want to hit more lands here. Let's take this stop off. Alright, looks like Bloodstained Mire. Could be a lot of things. Here, I'll just keep up either Bolt or Remand. And we'll see what our opponent opts to do here. Interesting. Could this be Grixis control of some sort? It could be. Could be. I'll go ahead and shock here. We'll go ahead and Serum Visions. Another land is nice. If this is indeed Grixis, Path would be really good. However, because you know, hitting their Tassigers and things like that, I think actually both of these cards are going to end up being pretty strong in the matchup. So I'm going to go ahead and go top. However, though, this matchup is actually pretty tough. We're going to have to rely on like spreading seas to cut them off of black. Looks like they're just going to go and... Yep, that's a Thought Scour. Alright, looks like it's Grixis Death Shadow, which is actually a much better matchup than Grixis Control. Alright. Because now the Bolt Snap Bolt plan is very live, and it's a good thing that we kept Path on top. Path and Snap on top is actually really good. Yep. They're going to take something here. Not quite sure what they should take. Either way, they could have a hand that lines up very poorly against ours. Especially because we could go double Spreading Seas this turn. Of course, they could just go double Thoughtseize, or Inquisition, or something of that nature. Alright, that's a Gurmag Angler. So that's actually very interesting. This, of course, means that they have Stubborn Denial up, almost for sure. But we could try to bait them into... let's go ahead and... we could try to bait them into casting Stubborn Denial right now. And if they don't have it, we could also go next turn... we could go Stubborn, we could go Path, Snap, Path. And this means we are taking a bit of an extra damage, but, alright, so they have another black source. Alright, Thoughtseize. So this is kind of like worst case scenario in the sense that if they do have, it's actually not worst case scenario, but it's not great. Jace is not bad. I think on their upkeep, I'm going to go ahead and go Snapcaster Mage. Path to Exile. And just, of course, that was pretty likely that they had it, right? That's a Death Shadow, alright. Supreme Verdict would be pretty nice here. So now the question is, do we go block, bolt it, and kill it? Because if they have another Stubborn Denial, we're probably dead, right? So what's the alternative? Go bolt, face. Yeah, there's. I would say. I think I should have. Yeah, that's we're gonna go ahead and chump here, and try to bolt this thing end of turn, because that just puts us one path away from winning there. Of course, if they have another stubborn denial, they could have snap stubborn denial. That would be really bad. But I think we should go for it. However, if we draw Supreme Verdict... yeah. Yep. This has been all sorts of bad here. Serum Visions. If we Serum Visions, we can't click. And if we can't click, we can't block. Click at least buys us another turn. There's also an argument for clicking ourselves to try to hit like a Path to Exile here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'll go ahead and reveal the Jace. Alright, so we didn't hit it. But at least we can block. Two, three. Alright, we'll block Death Shadow. Just because if we don't want to be dead to like a Street Wraith or something like that. Alright, well, we're digging for something. We're gonna see Verdict on top. That's what always happens. Come on. I don't actually think there's a draw that gets us out of here. Yeah, Verdict on top. Alright, well, we tried. Alright, let's take a look at our sideboard here. Elspeth is pretty strong. Ley lines are rather interesting. We'll see if we have enough things to take out. Rest in Peace is pretty good. Blessed Alliances are also very strong. And Dispels are... They're good against Stubborn Denials, of course, but that's about it. We can cut Wall of Omens. We can cut a couple remands because they're not great. And I will cut a few Feldar Guardians. Elspeth is in for sure. Rest in Peace is in for sure. Blessed Alliance is in for sure. I think we should try to find space for another... Yeah, see, Remand lines up... I mean, it's good against some hands, but I think in general it's just one of the worst cards. Now, I like to keep in bolts. Maybe I should cut one bolt and keep in two remands. I like to keep in Lightning Bolt to interact with Liliana the Last Hope. We don't really have ways to interact with it outside of that. I think this is a decent setup here. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Leylines could be really strong in your opener against like their discard heavy hand. But aside from that, it's not great. And especially if it comes down late. Like, what would I cut for it? Remand? I don't think so, because the remand gets really good then if we don't have discard. But I think this is okay. Yes, we'll be on the play. This hand's okay. We have Serum Visions. We have Spreading Seas. It's a hand. Path to Exile is great. I definitely want that. We probably don't need another land right now. I imagine we'll see more lands eventually. Alright, there's a Watery Grave. Cycle Street Wraith. Interesting. If they have a Stubborn Denial, I am very happy if they use it on a Spreading Seas. And if they don't have it, that's great even. I just got rid of their black source. One of them, at least. And now they're pretty smartly not cracking their fetch yet until they need it. And here we're lined up to have a pretty good curve. We have Jace, and we have Batterskull in hand. And no, we haven't run into any discard yet. And our opponent, has got a pretty slow start here. Remand is actually a pretty solid draw here. I think we'll start out with Spreading Seas on the Watery Grave. Just cut them off of double black as best as possible. Like, of course, that would get maximum value if it hit like a Blood Crypt. Looks like they're valuing their blue mana pretty highly, and less so their black mana, which is interesting. Unless of course Blood Crypt was already in their hand. So here I want to try to get Stubborn Denial out of their hand to make way for Path to Exile. So I'm okay remanding this. Sure. Nope. So here I think I actually want to go Path to Exile right now. Reason being, I can Path to Exile my own spell in response to another Stubborn Denial. Alright, but they don't have it. And if they don't have a Stubborn Denial, I could just resolve a Jace here. Is Jace good enough, is the question? Or is holding up Remand better while they're stuck on one black without another Stubborn Denial? I think I'll just go ahead and hold up Remand. I would love to resolve a Batterskull right now. But, sure. Thought Scour. I wonder what they have in hand. Another blue mana. Won't do much for them. Let's go ahead and crack the fetch here. We'll get Steam Vents. Got double white already. Here we could actually just go ahead and try to resolve this Jace here. And I think we're going to down tick immediately. I don't care if they bolt it or whatever. Interesting split here. I like that Serum Visions digs me towards more cards, but Blessed Alliance does deal with one of their threats pretty handily. The thing is, it's also... I know this might be greedy, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Serum Visions here. I mean, if that was like a Supreme Verdict, I would snap take the Verdict. Yeah, like a snap Thought Scour here. Okay, command, target player discards a card, deal 2 damage. Dispel that. That's a good card I don't want them resolving. Inquisition, sure. That is what I want them to be spending their black mana on, to be honest. Much rather than do that. Then, of course, resolve like a Tassigur, Gurmag Angler, Death Shadow. Next turn, hopefully I'll be able to resolve this Batterskull, especially if they take the Remand. I am, you know, almost 100%. Yeah, so they took Remand, so we're probably going to go... Alright, so there's another black mana. It's pretty good. Means they can probably play a Delve threat. Tasker would be really good here. They can just immediately... Wow. Nothing. Ouch. I think we'll just go ahead and play Batterskull. Of course, another K command would be really rough here, but I think I think I should have ticked up Jace first before. Actually, they didn't have priority to do anything. If they want to Stubborn Denial Serum Visions, I'm okay with that. We'll go bottom, top, because Verdict is one of the best cards here, and now we have a pretty hard to kill threat here on board. Okay, sure. Snapcaster Mage K command. That's actually very good here. We'll go ahead and, yeah, I didn't play around that. Because now they can easily just shatter the Batterskull, deal 2 to the Jace, and then kill the Jace with the snap attack. Yep. So in hindsight, maybe I should have sided out Batterskull knowing that they have a lot of K commands. Alright, there goes. Yeah, even with the uptick, Jace goes down, unfortunately. The question is, do they have something like Fatal Push, is the question. Because we could just start beating in with Colonnades here. My guess is, like, why would you keep in Fatal Push, though? But what else would they have stuck in hand right now is what I'm wondering. So I'm just going to go ahead and jam Saheeli. Use it as kind of a scry effect. And I'll rev up Colonnade when it best suits me. Sure, Gurmag Angler. Now this is a much spicier board to Verdict. Assuming they don't have... Alright, sweet. So Saheeli also soaks up some damage here, which is nice for us. I think we'll start out by... Alright. Let's sequence this a little better. Tick up. Sure, that's a solid keep on top. We'll go ahead and try to cut them off of black as much as possible here. Because if they want to go snap K command, they got to do it right now. Ah, okay. I see. Maybe I should have led with the Verdict. Collective Brutality, target opponent. Yeah, so I guess that's just a drain 2 effect. I guess they're scared of dying, which means we're probably revving up Colonnade real soon. Sweet, yeah, we're in a great position now. Let's go ahead and tick up. Like, I could go for lethal here. I could down tick right. I could have targeted my Colonnade. Alright, let's keep a red mana open just in case we end up drawing Bolt or something like that. Alright, and second main we'll go for the Serum Visions. Rest in Peace is a little late. Everything here is a bit late, but... assuming we don't win next turn, I think bottom top is best here. And these are both great, so we'll do top. Top. Yeah, we could have gone for lethal there, but that gets, blown out by Fatal Push. Then again, alright, so we got there. So this is not the easiest matchup, I'll be honest with you guys. They can get us in a lot of spots. I might cut one more bolt. I didn't see Liliana the Last Hope, not that they don't have it. Maybe Remand is just better here. Thing is, Remand just doesn't affect the board when you draw it late. But Bolt can feel pretty dead at times too if it's not going upstairs. Yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for that configuration. Yeah, Grixis Shadow matchup can be pretty difficult. This is a pretty solid hand. It's got things to do. Opponent can start disrupting it, of course, but we have a decent curve, Yep. Alright, so unless they have a fetch here, yeah. Oof. Early Tasker. Oh, no Tasker. No Tasker is really good for us. The question is... Yeah, I don't think they don't have any haste threats, so let's just go ahead and get the Steam Vents down. It could have been one off from Gurmag Angler. And that looks to be the case, I believe. We're probably just going to go for the Angler right now. Oh, okay. Going to go for the Angler with Stubborn Denial backup, of course. Or Death Shadow. Sure. Does this target player gains 4 life? Oh boy. Oh, Rest in Peace coming down, just drawing it a bit too late. They do only have 3 cards left in hand. We could try to Lightning Bolt the Death Shadow. That gets blown out by opposing Lightning Bolt, targeting themselves. Then we could make them gain life, but then how are we dealing with this Gurmag Angler is the issue. I think we're gonna go ahead and let's do it on their upkeep, because if they've got Stubborn Denial mana, they've got Stubborn Denial mana. Alright, so we dealt with a Death Shadow. That's pretty sweet. And if we can deal with this Gurmag Angler as it attacks... Target opponent sacrifices an attacking creature? Maybe? It's probably not resolving. Oh my gosh, it resolved. What is our opponent sitting on? Alright, now we, it's interesting. We could go Rest in Peace, but then we're not doing anything else for the next few turns. But it also shuts off their Snapcaster Mages. Shuts off mine too, so I can't Snap Remand. I think I'll just Snap Remand or End of Turn Click if there's nothing to remand. And then I can start applying pressure to my opponent. Cycling Street Wraith, sure. Alright, they don't do anything, so... of course, they could resolve a K command here, and they just concede. Ouch. Alright. That's another concession to Vendilion Click. I almost cut this card from the main deck earlier, but you know what? No. Alright, thanks for tuning in, guys, and stay tuned for the 4th match. Coming soon. See you soon.